Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 2, the final day of the Farm Fence Forum out here in Worthington, Indiana at Farm Fence Solutions. We're going to have a fencing competition today. It's going to be awesome. We'll tell you all of the details and how it's all judged and everything. And we're going to be building some ag fence today. You guys are going to learn a little bit, have a little bit of fun, and see some pretty cool stuff here on the Stoney Ridge Farm today. Hope you enjoy. Woo!
Let's go build some fence.
Woo! Fence will start kind of right here at these flags. It's going to drop off over this steep hill. We're going to get you some awesome drone footage. It's going to be a good time. Now, behind the scenes, there are a couple big rocks buried right here. So that's going to pose some challenges. It's going to be fun, guys. Hang tight one second. I'm going to show you. We're going to do a bit of a giveaway. This is a hat signed by all the participants and all the people that are playing in this game and the judges. Guys, post a comment. Tell me what your favorite part of this video is. When you get done watching it, let me know what your favorite part is. We'll pick a random winner in about 2 weeks and we'll send you this hat. And this is for the Fall Fence Forum of 2020. Awesome. The guy in the back of that truck is competing solo. I'm pulling for him. It's awesome. Some folks have referred to you as Adolf the Judge. Is there have you ever heard that? You seem like a real nice guy. Been pretty hard on the guys lately, huh?
Some people like me, some people hate me.
Yep. Sloop says I'll give him 10 points. He says, nah, I'm more of a 7. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna catch our second judge. This here judge is Ryan Sloop.
Proudly endorsed by the winning team.
Yeah, no doubt. I saw somebody handing some cash over a little bit earlier today.
Bribes accepted, and I hadn't found a winner yet.
No doubt, guys. We're gonna go over all this stuff once we get done with Ryan and the other judge there. We'll have some fun. These two competitors are affectionately known as Mutt and Jeff. What's the weight comparison here? What do you weigh?
About 135 soaking wet.
That's Sticks Fencing. Ty's custom fencing. Are you over 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're seeing here is a reverse foot.
Yeah.
And this is a little something we haven't seen before. So what they're trying to navigate is how they cross this hill, the crest of this hill. So they're anticipating that this pipe is going to be pulled into the ground by the wire. So they've welded on a reverse foot. Gotcha. So it should spread the load out and keep that post from traveling down. Something we've never seen here before. Yeah. It's a bold move, Cotton.
I'll tell you guys, if you see anything that you think is unsafe, post it down there in the comments. We want to hear from you. Yeah, so we've got rotating beacons on these things. Chainsaw chaps are important. Safety glasses are important. Pieces of post could fly off, sparks, whatever. So lots of safety stuff. We want to make sure that we're all as safe as possible, and that's part of the judging criteria here. Creativity, safety, fit and finish, all sorts of stuff, and meeting the spec.
Yep.
Cool. By himself has put more posts in the ground than anybody else here. It's pretty amazing. And they're also judged on time, and there is a time limit today. Yesterday we had to eliminate the time limit due to all the rocks and the rocky soil back here behind us, but they're kicking some butt. It's looking awesome. And there's so many unique ways they're building fence here. So we're right here on the transition from flat to hillside. And what Gavin Langley here, Langley Fence, is doing is welding in a foot right here. So they're digging a hole so they can drive a post in at an angle and weld a foot to it. And that's gonna help to brace that post and keep it from trying to shoot out of the ground once they pull the wire tight. So when you're in a dip like this and you have tight wire and you're pulling constantly up on the post, there's a chance that post can be pulled out of the ground. The opposite situation up top, there's a chance it can pull the post into the ground if the ground gets really wet or something like that. So that's what they're doing. The challenge is keeping that post from pulling down and keeping this post from pulling up. This here is Sebring Gesso. If you look under the bottom of the hat we're giving away, he's got the biggest signature. He's the John Hancock of the bunch.
Make sure you can see it.
There you go. All right, guys, so we're taking a little bit of a break from all the hustle and bustle out there, and I'm with
Mark Olson, SWI, out in Wyoming.
Out in Wyoming. Now you're out of Cody, Wyoming, right?
I'm out of Cody. We've got 3 offices, Cody, Casper, and Cheyenne, so we pretty much have north to south covered.
Awesome. So what we're doing here is not only learning together, but it's also contractors networking together too, and a layperson can come here. Is that right? Any person can come to the Farm Fence Forum.
Absolutely. I mean, I'd recommend it.
Yeah, so if you're going to build a fence for your farm, make it a point to come here, guys. Get on to farmfencesolutions.com and check out next year's program. It may be a 4 or 5 day program, so it's just been totally awesome. I've learned so much here. So tell me about what you guys kind of specialize in farm fencing and in residential fencing and gates. That's something that you're going to revisit the farm. You were out with us building fence this summer when we were building pipe fence in the 900-degree heat with chiggers biting us all over our legs.
Yeah, we were out there learning about chiggers.
Yeah, there's no chiggers in Wyoming, so he definitely learned about them. He saw my gate. So our farm gate on the Stoney Ridge farm is just a Tartar Farm and Ranch, regular old farm gate. I've got a little sign, no trespassing on it, that says Stoney Ridge. And we've got I'm not even going to mention the brand, but we have a consumer grade gate opener. As soon as Mark saw the gate opener, Mark said, that thing is unsafe, man. You could get a child trapped in it. You could get animals trapped in it. It could, you know, damage vehicles, stuff like that. And you guys might know, if you follow the YouTube channel, that I boo-booed and, and crushed the first gate we had with the grain drills. So tell me about what your thoughts are. And we're actually going to have Mark back out to the farm. We're working on a gate right now, and we're going to get Mark, we're going to hire him to come out and build the gate. We're actually going to drive to Ohio and show the gate being made and have Mark back out. So tell me about what you do with gates and the safety factor.
So what we do in Wyoming is we do some ag, but we do a ton of automated gates. Jackson holes, big in the gate. So
yeah,
a few years back, having a brother as an electrician really helped us out and kind of springboarded us. And then we got into learning more about the safety aspect. And the safety aspect of is UL 325. That's what you need to know. Is your gate, if you're getting ready to have a gate installed on your place, you need to make sure that your UL 325, and you should be asking whether or not your installer is certified.
Right.
And the certifying board for that right now is IDEA. They're the same people that handle overhead doors and automated doors, but we see so many fatalities, young kids and stuff like that getting trapped in gates.
Yeah.
I think one of the first things I asked you is, how well is that gate working?
Yeah, how well is that gate working?
It was in a stationary position.
Yeah, it's doing okay. I mean, our gate's doing okay, but as we further open the farm, we start offering classes and stuff like that here on the farm. Well, not here on the farm, but on our farm, like hog processing classes and chicken processing classes and all that stuff, and also opening the farm up to the public for a couple days a year. We're going to need something that's safe, that insurance companies will cover, and if we're opening and closing gates, we want the batteries to last, so a solar setup is what we're going to be working with, and we just want something that's safe so we don't harm anybody, and that's the main thing. Safety first on any farm, on any piece of property.
Safety and reliability. Those are the two things. I mean, that's the first things everybody's, because nobody wants to have to go back out and fix the gate. So we need to put something in that, like you said, can handle the cycles. And we're going to be looking at that. How many cycles are we going to go through a day? And how do you want to interact with that gate? Do you want to be able to open it from your cell phone? Do you have Wi-Fi there? We're going to have power there. Does it need to be solar? A lot of things we look at when we're getting ready and planning a gate. And that's what we're in right now, is the planning phase. So
we don't need it super fancy. We're a farm, but we do want it super duper safe, and we want to be able to open and close that gate 50 times a day. So right now we have the system that we have in place. I'll just say it, it's a Mighty Mule system, and it served me very well. I'm on my second Mighty Mule system, and I do have a lot of trouble in cold weather. So wintertime, we might as well just leave the gate open. If it's below 24 degrees, you're out in Wyoming. You guys constantly have those cold temperatures, and you just wouldn't be able to have a reliable system with a consumer grade gate opener. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just a consumer grade gate opener, and it's not quite the safety spec that we're going to have when we have a teaching opportunity on the farm. We want to be safe. So.
Yeah, we consider all those things: snow, ice, rain. All those things go into planning a good system. So
cool. Well, thanks, Mark. We're going to head back out and watch him build fence some more.
Sounds good.
Woo! Woo! Langley fence seems to be kicking some butt, but all the rest of the guys have their wire laid out, ready to stretch. Some of them are already stretching their wire, but Langley fence is really, really shining and their job looks fantastic. That's my pick. You guys let me know. You might notice a little something different. Some of the posts are straight up and down as you go down the hill, and some of them are with grade. That's just two styles of building fence, so it's just interesting to see how everybody's accomplishing the same task, but using a different method. A typical strut type brace that you would see with pipe fence. Basically, it's welded to a 4-inch pipe right here. You have a strut that goes down to a post that's pounded in the ground all the way down. It's called a stubby. It's 6 feet down there in the ground, and that's all welded up tight. That's a typical setup. We're gonna go look at a couple other setups for bracing. So this brace setup's a little bit different. It's a wooden post, and they've cut out a slot for the strut to go into, and it goes down into another wooden post that's driven 6 feet into the ground. These are big, big posts. You can see the tops of these posts are rounded off with a router, and that helps them to drive a little bit better, and it keeps them from blowing out, quote unquote, on the side sometimes, because sometimes a post might not be perfectly flat on the top. So this is a different style brace here too. So you can see the brace wires in the middle. Sticks Fencing and Ties Custom Fencing are the ones that have done this. And you can see that there's a wedge cut, and there's a little slot in that post, and then that post right there, and that's the style brace that they decided to go with. A lot of creativity here, guys. This is something that you might typically see at a really fancy horse ranch here in Kentucky, just a little bit east of us. Yet a different type of brace. So you can see that the post that they're pulling from right here, this is all tied up. There'll be a strut and another strut down. So you can see a brace post and a strut, I guess. The strut goes down again to a stubby that's in the ground right here, but this stubby isn't driven below ground level. So it's just a little bit of a different design. Is it stronger? I don't know. We'll let the judges decide. It's the final countdown. What is it, 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Woo! That's time. I'll tell you something funny. These guys down here, Sticks, they were trying to tie a piece of barbed wire. They're like, man, we gotta get it tied. We'll see you guys when we announce the winner.
I don't think it comes to as any surprise to anybody that's fenced with him, because you show him something he's never seen before and walk away, and you come back in 3 seconds and he's done it. And he's done it better than you did it. And then he takes it and he makes it even better. Gavin Langley and Luscious Locks. But here's your $2,000. And of course you got the Henrys.
Yeah, we were here last year. Had a good time, learned a lot. Me and Ryan Sloop were actually won last year. And this year you said he had to judge one of the two, and I said, well, I don't like to talk. So you can judge. But this is my cousin Colby. He's been fencing with me since February, I think. So he's come a long way, and he's always fussing, saying I'm OCD. You know, tying on us, that's ugly. Cut it off. But it's made him better. You can't pick his knots apart from mine.
No.
So we're just happy to be here.
Mr. Colby?
Ain't got nothing to add.
So let's walk through this real quick and we'll talk about what made his fence stand out over and above the rest.
Yep. Gavin's knot work is supreme. Everything he does is exactly to spec. It's as if you just carbon copied every one of these knots and they're all of perfect construction. You can also see Gavin down here made a weld that looked like a machine weld. It's perfect. There's not a single flaw in his welds anywhere. Everything was coped correctly, everything was mated correctly. His selection of materials today was far above, with using a 3-inch 12-foot strut, which was the only player in the field that used a 3-inch 12-foot strut, which hypothetically would double his holding power of his king post. The other thing that Gavin excelled in is being able to keep a consistent tension on all of his line and net throughout the entire project. So he navigated heels up and down, kept all of his line wires tensioned to the post with even, consistent tension. He was able to do that. He kind of cheated a little bit because he had some good wire to use, and he made that navigation perfectly over the heels. We'll go down here, I'll show you some tips and tricks he uses. So in the spec it called for 1 union of all line wires. So he had to join his wire in the middle, cut and make a splice. And you can see here in his knots show a little bit more artisan in them than what other competitors used. His knots actually look, in his barbed wire, look like a barb. So having that extra little bit of attention to detail is what really made his fence really drive home this week. You can also see here his box stay spacing from where he tied all these figure 8 knots, perfectly consistent top to bottom. All of his box stays line up exactly perfect. So this is a 6-inch stay spacing. He lined them up perfect within a 1/16 of an inch, which is almost impossible. So where he made his transitions, where his net wire was putting extra pressure on his post, he double tied every line wire, which would prevent any kind of slippage or either up or down. All of his twist ties are all matching perfectly. Everything here was done exactly like it was written out of a book. As you can see, it is very tight, very, very tight. So you can see at the bottom of the heel here, where he had to make this transition, he had to do something to combat the lift that this post is going to have on it. So to do that, he installed a foot in the bottom at a 45-degree angle back into the bank, welded it solid at the bottom, and this would be covered back where it would never be seen. So down here you can see his strut is constructed exactly the same as it was at the top. Same cuts, same measurements, same welds. It's a carbon copy of the weld that he did at the top. So his strut construction is very uniform and very, very, very good, of the highest quality.
Thanks a lot. I enjoyed it.
No
I've learned a lot this weekend. Everybody here has learned a lot this weekend.
It's been a lot of fun.
It is. It's still fun. We're going to have fun tonight.
Yep.
And then cleaning up tomorrow is going to be fun.
Leaving real early.
Me too. Guys, it's starting to rain a lot. We're having some fun. Thank you a whole lot for coming today. I hope you enjoyed the video. This has just been a blast. We've learned so much. Here are all the other fences, just so you know. Everything, you got to see it under construction right here, but Langley Fence just kind of kicked butt, man. So if you need a good person to build a fence, go to farmfencesolutions.com. Give those guys a call. They know a contractor in your area. So that's what this is all about, is bringing the best in the country here so you guys can see them if you want your ag fence built. Or even your... what is it? The commercial fence that we built yesterday,
sure
and
enough.
we built some residential.
Did some residential stuff.
Yeah, expanding. Good times.
Come join us next year.
That's it. Woo! Come on, man. Where is it? Woo woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
Yesterday, or the other day, safety, like I said, the first day is of the utmost importance, and you want to start that over, Josh?
No, you're already sucking. Go ahead.
Out here at the Farm Fence Forum at Tornado, the Farm Fence competition out here in Worthington, in the final of the competition.
Little Al.
shot here too.
You've seen a little.
If you're from Indiana, you know about Little Al.
Come along, the grand prize is a bunch of cash here at Farm Fence.
Oh heck yeah! Here we are at the Fall Fence Forbes Shootout. We're gonna judge this real quick, and we're gonna go home because we're tired.
We are tired. Yep, feet, legs, and our bellies are empty. Mine still had 5 burgers. No,
You had
4.
5 burgers.
3 burgers and 2 hot dogs.
Is anybody living in there?
Yeah.